Hello everyone, welcome back to a special and unique video of Car Manics.
So we've been knowing that the Chinese car brands have been coming into the Middle East and delivering cars at a price lower than other brands and giving them a lot of features. But that is the smaller market. What if the Chinese car brands decide to take a jab at the high-end luxury car market? So here we have the all-new, exclusive, controversial and let's say quite grand-looking, brand new Hongqi H9. And I said it's controversial because it looks like some other flagship luxury sedans. It reminded me of something what a Maybach version of the 7 Series would look like if BMW had to make something like that. But in person, if you look at the grille, it has these slats which reminds me of a Rolls-Royce, and that's what they intend to make, a Chinese Rolls-Royce. And there's also a lot of BMW elements in the front end of this car, which is understandable because in 2018 they hired a design from BMW to design their cars. It's quite a grand looking front end with a lot of presence, and let me unlock the car. Check this out. Just look at how all the LEDs just lit up. You also have this red LED up front, which looks incredible.
Now over to the side, and it looks even more beautiful in my opinion, with its sleek flowing design towards the rear end. And it also comes with the pop-out door handles, which looks neat. And if you haven't noticed it already, we have a chrome bar down here which ends in these red LED lights. And this car comes with a wheelbase of 120.5 inches, which is a bit shorter than the Mercedes S-Class and the BMW 7 Series. Now I am here at the rear end of the Hongqi H9, and I have to admit it looks gorgeous with these LED tail lights and the light bar going between them. And it kind of reminds me of a Cadillac. Now let's pop open the trunk. Here we have 370 liters of space. Now let's shut it.
Now I just got inside the Hongqi H9 and first impressions, it looks exquisite. Everything looks luxurious, everything kind of feels premium. The seats are extremely comfortable. Now without further ado, let's start out the Hongqi H9. So as soon as I start up the Hongqi H9, the massaging seats turn on, and it's a solid massage. You can really feel it behind your back, unlike some other luxury cars. And if you look over here to the front of the Hongqi H9, you can really start to see some design language that's inspired from Bentley, because if you look at the infotainment screen in the center, it is well integrated, which is something that we see in Bentleys. And if you look at the steering wheel, this 3-spoke steering wheel, it looks like something out of a Bentley. Of course, you have the Hongqi logo in the middle. And if you look at your speedometer, that reminds you of a 2021 S-Class, something an S-Class would have, the effect that the speedometer also has. Now over to the center over here, you have your 7-speed dual clutch transmission, which is shifted using this lever, which is also leather wrapped. You push this button, pull it back to put the car in drive, push it up front once for neutral, and as usual all the way front for reverse. And as you'd expect, you have 3D view cameras which shows you a representation of your car, so it is easy to maneuver this car in whatever situations you are. And if you turn on the hazards, you can see it on your animated car over there. Now let us have a look at the quality of materials used in the Hongqi H9, and the leather feels nice. Most of the surface that you touch, including the armrest, is wrapped in leather, and it feels nice, and it's also in this beautiful brown color. But the metals used over here, this is kind of like piano black plastic, but the trim looks nice. Overall it integrates well together, and the displays, they feel smooth, they work perfectly, which is one of those things that Chinese cars have done well. They know how to put together these displays. Even the gauge cluster also looks nice. You have a heads-up display up front, and if you come down here, you have your AC vents. Obviously you can turn it on. It has climate control, dual zone ACs, and this is how you control the temperature. And these remind me of something out of a Range Rover. Let me turn it off before it gets noisy. And if you come down over here, the piano black plastic continues. So this is what the driver's point of view looks like of the Hongqi H9. And you have this 3-spoke steering wheel, and on it you have these buttons which are lit up with lights, but they're actually physical push buttons. It goes in when you push it.
Now I'm here in the passenger seat of the Hongqi H9, and it is quite a comfortable place to be in. And if you look up front here in the dashboard, we have this light setup, and we can change the color from the infotainment screen, and we have quite a few options. And down here we have the regular glove box. Over here we have 2 cup holders, and here we have the volume controls and the infotainment controls if you don't like touching the screen. And here we have storage compartment with 2 USB charging port and a wireless charging pad. And this car comes with a panoramic sunroof. Of course, it's a full-size luxury sedan, and you have a lot of space and amenities back here. You can control both the windows from one side. And over here we have quite a few options for seat adjustments, and we have heated, cool and massaging seats. And from here we can control the passenger seat in all the 4 ways. And this is where the climate control back here is placed, and over here we have a socket and 2 charging ports. And over here we have a small storage compartment.
You can get the Hongqi H9 either with a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine producing 252 horsepower, or a 3-liter supercharged V6 engine which produces 283 horsepower, both with rear-wheel drive. Let's put the car into drive, and let me pull out the driveway. Oh, let me take this U-turn. And there's no denial in the size of this car. It's a huge car, but you can maneuver it. Now let me give it some power. So this is the 4-cylinder engine. You have a more powerful 6-cylinder engine on the way, which is the full option. Initially there is a bit of a lag at the transmission, but once the car picks up, the transmission is pretty smooth and it feels nice to drive. You have a heads-up display which is telling me my speed and my mode, which is also quite nice. Overall, it's a luxurious ride. It feels nice, it feels smooth. The steering, it's super soft. You can just chill, relax, have your massaging seat on and take a drive around the road. So, handling wise, let's talk about handling. You can't just zoop around in this car like a performance car. It's a luxury car and it shows its purpose. It's heavy, it feels hefty in your hand. Alright. So overall, it's a really great, luxurious experience to have driving the Hongqi H9 down the road.
So now I'm taking the Hongqi H9 for a spin. So as always, thank you for watching the video. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Bye bye.
Yoxi.